7.62 by 39 is a trash combat caliber. What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the Trench Grenade channel. I am your host, the average 7.62 hater that your mom said that we have at home. Thanks for watching. Guys, about 3 to 4 days ago, I posted a video talking about my experiences in Ukraine with the 7.62 by 39 cartridge and why gave a whole wide world of examples of why the 7.62 by 39 is probably not the best cartridge for you for home defense, WROL, SHTF needs, and even for hanging out and shooting trash, why it's probably not a good option. But today I'm going to torture myself, and I'm going to go through the comment section. I'm going to read 10 to 20 of the top commenters on the 7.62 by 39 is a trash combat caliber video. Now, I'm about to hurt some feelings, and that's okay. It's come to my attention that some of you guys really want to have your opinions voiced, and I'm going to hopefully expose some of the trash that occurs in the comment section of this video. And no, I'm not going to give them a platform. I'm not going to actually read out their names, but if you want some good entertainment, go ahead and grab a drink. I'll be drinking a White Monster for the duration of this video. Pull up a chair, and we're going to read the FUD lore that is the comment section of a AK video, because these guys are showing their ass. So cheers. If you want to support the channel, join the Instagram page. That's the backup for this channel in case this thing ever gets deleted, because I make fun of companies that suck and all the people that make bad products, and they will eventually be able to zuck this channel. So if you want to support me, join the Patreon and join the Instagram channel, or follow, I guess. Okay, let's just get right into it here. I dropped a 500-pound wild hog in Tennessee with a 7.62 by 39 Tula saw point in one shot. Now, I took that shot from 100 yards tops, but I don't think a person would fare much better. He goes on to talk about how he was the best shooter in his basic training class. Bullshit alert. Bullshit alert. Guess what? Guys that remember if they were the best shot in their basic training class are probably not the guys to get advice from on the internet. Now, who am I? I've been a drill sergeant for 3 years, going on 3 years now. And if somebody is bragging about being the best shot in their basic training class, their comment is null and void. Also, you can kill a hog with pretty much any modern cartridge. You can kill it with 5.56, 5.45, 7.62 by 39, 308, 6.5 Creedmoor, anything, right? Anything with a headshot will kill it, right? So that's not a good example. Also, 100 meters is not impressive at all. Clayco left a comment because we had a good few DMs in here. And just to summarize basically what he's saying, let's see. So his conclusion, the good news is AKs come in multiple calibers. He talks about 7.62 is the dedicated. You should spend time. However, these guys are top tier competitive shooters and can probably win the match with anything. Okay. It's the Indian, not the arrow. We all know that. It's the gun doesn't matter. And I'm going to be filming a follow-up, a video on this thing here in a minute. Okay, this is the KP9 Kalashnikov USA. I'll be filming like a 10,000 round review, even though it's well over that. But I haven't kept accurate count of the bullets that have gone through this thing. But anyone can get good with any weapon, even a freaking high point. The problem is, and the argument initially, and the argument today is 7.62 by 39 is not a relevant cartridge. There are so many better options, and the easiest option to easily just transition into would be 5.56. Magazines, ammo, availability, the gun availability, etc. And the bullet performs better. Okay, it's a faster moving projectile. It's easier to get tighter groups, minute of angle. It's easier to group tighter, okay? So, while obviously Clayco 47 enjoys the Kalashnikov because that is what he has built a channel around, the same guy, if dude starts with an AR on one day, you have a clone, 2 Clayco 47s, right? One starts one day with an AR-15 and one starts with an AK, an AKM. You pick the cartridge, 7.62 by 39, and we'll say this guy over here is running 5.56 with the AR. The dude that ran the AR is going to end up drastically better than the dude that started with 7.62 by 39 because the cartridge itself is lower recoiling and more accurate. Okay? A lot of guys don't like that. A lot of guys want you to tell them that 7.62 by 39 is God's gift to humanity and everything. But here's the deal. If you took Joe on day 0 and you gave both of them the same exact training regimen, the dude with the AR is going to be a little bit better just due to the ergonomics of the weapon. The ergonomics of the AK platform are slightly slower, and slightly harder to use than they are with the AR. Okay, so that is my thoughts on that. Also, the 7.62 by 39 is now an antiquated round. What countries? That's another comment I saw. A lot of guys wanted to say, well, I guess all the world superpowers are wrong about 7.62 by 39 because they chose it. To my knowledge, no reputable world power is running one. Russia is running 5.45. America is running 5.56. All of NATO is running 5.56. Anyone that has to work with Russia is running 5.45. Okay? So the 7.62 by 39 has been retired by most or all professional militaries that actually have an impact on the way the world works. Obviously, there's dudes running around in Afghanistan with a bunch of AKMs. That's not what we're talking about. We're talking about professional militaries that have proper training, proper funding, and actually know what's going on. The 7.62 by 39 has been retired, and it has even been indirectly retired here in the United States due to importation laws. And we're going to get into that in a little bit, but it is a lot harder to get 7.62 by 39 nowadays than it used to be. You used to be able to buy a spam can of ammo and go out to the range and freaking mag dump 1,200 rounds in one day, and it wouldn't be a big deal. You're not doing that anymore unless you're made of money, okay? So 7.62 by 39 and 5.45 are a lot harder to get, but let's keep it focused on 7.62 by 39. This guy goes on to say, this other new comment, you see a ton of people hit, he says, I've seen a lot of people new to AKs hit at 250 to 300. What is your point? He says, in the Nevada desert, and they're all shocked because of the dumb BS on YouTube like this. First of all, obviously the internet is full of trolls and full of people that have never done anything other than go in their mom's basement, eat a bunch of Cheetos, they're fat, they're outside their healthy BMI, their body fat percentage is way higher than it should be. They're looking at 30%, 35%, they're wearing a double X or triple XL shirt, and they have the ability to use the internet. This is called high opinion, low commitment, okay? Anyone that's talking about being able to hit at 250 or 300 meters with an AK and being like surprised by that, you've already lost all credibility, okay? And these guys are what gives the gun community people that actually do have a voice and do have proper training and do have a resume, right? Even if you're just a civilian with a ton of freaking training and a ton of rounds on the gun, got people like this are what gives you a bad name, okay? And it's what makes a lot of content creators turn off from reading the comments at all because people are just not informed. Okay, next comment. Fun fact, most infantry engagements take place at 300 yards and in. Fun fact, most casualties on the modern battlefield occur from indirect fire. That's artillery, for all you guys that don't know what that means. From indirect fire and from drones, okay? Also, your comment about most engagements occur for 300 yards and in, that's not accurate either. Okay, a lot of firefights are happening at 500 and 600 meters. Look at Afghanistan, okay? Or look in Ukraine, trench to trench, right? They're shooting across fields or desolated freaking woodline, okay? Here's the problem. Dude makes argument that 7.62 by 39 is good enough. That's his argument. 7.62 by 39 is good enough because the average engagement is 300 yards and in. Okay, dude, go shoot a person at 500. Go shoot an enemy combatant at 500. Oh, Twitch, I can't do it because the average engagement is 300 meters. Hey, dude, you might want to have a cartridge that's capable of actually engaging people. So this fun fact bullshit that you're going to see in the comment section of most GunTube channels is FUD lore, okay? It's like saying, fun fact, the 9mm is effective out to 200 meters. It's like, fun fact, the terminal ballistics of a 9mm at 200 meters are trash. It's like, what are you trying to say? Next comment. Let's take a drink of White Monster. This guy says, 1 out of 10 rage bait. Let's talk about that. Dude goes to Ukraine, trains the Ukrainian army. That's me. Dude makes a video on his channel about his experience with 7.62 by 39. That's me. Dude has actually been there and actually done that. Now, commenter has the internet and has a phone and is able to upload said comment. That's the issue with the comment section. High opinion, low commitment. That dude probably has no training. That dude probably has no experience. He probably owns a 7.62 by 39. He probably has never shot it, or he shot 50 rounds a year. Okay? So saying 1 out of 10 rage bait is not even... Okay. This guy's talking about glasses. It's like, what are you talking about? If they needed glasses, they would have had glasses. This is my favorite. Rob at AK Operators Union YouTube channel knows a thing or two about the 760 by 39. Did you know that Google exists and you right now can Google the exact internal, external, and terminal performance of a 760 by 39 from whatever loading you want, and you too can be an expert. And I say that because here in a second, a lot of comments are going to say, oh, well, Rob Ski can hit a target at 300. Rob Ski can hit a target at 500. Two things. Rob Ski has built his personality around having two cameras, one that films him and one that films a steel target, and he edits it so that way when he hits the steel, it looks like he's a freaking operator. Part number two, Rob Ski is a Army Bravo 4 qualified sniper. Okay? I'm not a Bravo 4 qualified sniper. He is. Is that going to help him much at 600 meters with an AK? No. Do you know what snipers do? Snipers stalk, snipers observe, and very, very rarely do snipers shoot. Do you know one of the requirements to be a sniper? You have to shoot 2 5-round groups, and out of those 2 5-round groups at 25 meters, you have to get 4 out of 5 rounds, totaling 8 out of 10 rounds in a 6-centimeter circle. That is one of the requirements to be an Army sniper. Obviously, they go over stalking. Obviously, they go over dope cards. Obviously, they go over wind and holds and how to effectively communicate from shooter to spotter. Obviously, they go over that as well. But you are not Rob Ski. So when guys say, Rob Ski, a guy who's built his entire YouTube persona around the AK, and a key portion of those videos and mag dumps that he's doing on his channel for those 5,000 round reviews are him mag dumping 760 by 39. So when you guys get in the comments and you say, oh, well, Rob Ski would disagree, it's like, I don't think Rob Ski would disagree. The 760 by 39 is not an efficient round to shoot past 250 meters due to the way the bullet flies, the weight of the actual bullet, okay, does not perform well with wind, period, okay? And it's not an effective or an accurate bullet either. Can you accurize an AK or accurize any gun that's going to shoot a 760 by 39? Yeah, you can accurize it, but do you know what's going to be a lot more accurate, generally speaking, out of the box? An AR that's shooting 5.56, okay? So when guys say, well, Rob Ski, I immediately just, okay, you've lost the plot. This guy is another one of those fuzz, okay? Hot take. Judging an entire round, an entire class of weapon, what are we playing, Call of Duty, and you're selecting your assault class, based on an old, rusted Soviet scrap with Cold War era ammo by people who have probably never even shot before is a garbage metric to go by. So, a couple things, Hot Rod. The guys that we were training had just returned from the front, from the FLOT, the forward line of troops. Okay, they had just got done fighting the Russians. At that time, they were called the Russian separatists, right? They had been in combat. They had shot before. So your argument is invalid, okay? Nice try. Common AK rifle miss, Reed Hendricks. Yes, Reed Hendricks has a video where he's bench resting a 760 by 39, or he's in the prone shooting a 760 by 39 AK, and oh my gosh, he's able to hit it 300 meters. Did you know that that's not even a notable thing with an AR-15 hitting at 300? Did you know that for most shooting courses, there is what's called the dummy gong at 500 meters, and you have to be able to hit it with your AR-15 at 500? It's called the Iron Maiden, is what a lot of rangers will call it, the Iron Maiden. You have to hit the Iron Maiden with your rifle. That's like it's an entry level test, 500 meters. So, where is it? Where's my favorite comment? People talking about Brandon Herrera was not harmed in the making of this motion picture. Okay. This dude is saying the P on the rear side doesn't stand for program. It stands for straight or constant. Well, buddy, the guys that issued us the guns and taught us the guns that were in Ukraine, that were the officers, okay, they said the P stands for program. They were the subject matter experts. It's their weapon. That's like telling an Army infantryman what the M4A1 is capable or not capable of because you Googled something on the internet. So that is just what we were trained, is the P is program. And it's not an actual P. It's a Russian Cyrillic letter for P. All right. Where's my favorite comment? Okay. Well, off the top of my head, my favorite comment in here was there's a lot of graveyards filled with guys that were killed by 7.62 by 39 that would disagree. Do you know what else has killed a lot of people? Let's just go back through history. Okay, rocks. Rocks have killed a lot of people. Hammers have killed people. Swords, bow and arrow, cars, drugs. You know what we should do? We should issue fentanyl. Instead of issuing a rifle to our soldiers, we'll just issue them all fentanyl. Because with your line of thinking, just because graveyards are full of people that have been killed by an inanimate object, then that is the gold standard. I might remind you guys, there is a ton of evidence that 5.56 is better, objectively speaking, than 7.62 by 39. Here's the thing. Yes, it's the Indian, not the arrow. But when a caliber is antiquated due to modern manufacturing, other cartridges beating it out, design upgrades, and dudes try to hold on to it because the FUD lore is that, it wasn't made to be accurate. It was made to be a Russian mass wave tool to put on full auto and hip fire. It's like, dude, is this type of FUD lore that is the problem. And dudes they'll flock to the comment section and they'll make the argument that, the whole lot of countries would disagree. It's like, who? The Russians are using 5.45. You don't think the Russians would switch to an AR-15 if it wasn't bad for press? Yeah, of course they would. It's a better gun. Okay? And, we could go down a whole rabbit hole. But here's the deal. Making the argument that graveyards have been filled by people that were killed by 7.62 by 39. It's like graveyards have been filled by, let's go there. Let's go to the Holocaust. Graveyards have been killed by people that were burned to death or gassed in World War I or burned to death, in concentration camps or World War II. 6 million, right, is the mainstream number that we say. 6 million people were killed. So what is the argument here? That's like saying that this 9x18 Makarov should be issued because of how many political prisoners have been killed by it. Your argument is invalid, okay? So, in summary, it's the comment section that is the funniest part and the worst part of YouTube. It's the funniest because people will expose their ideas and their invalid opinions immediately. So guys that actually do train, guys that actually do understand what's going on, they get a good laugh out of it. But it also dilutes the conversation. You see what I'm talking about? If you're in the comment section and you're leaving comments like some of the ones we just discussed, you are diluting the conversation. For guys that are seeking actual advice, actual data, right? So, all that to say this. This was a video on my experience in the real world, not something I read on Reddit, not something I read on a YouTube video, on a Brandon Herrera or a Rob Ski or a Lemon Grenade or a Clayco YouTube video. No, these are my experiences in Ukraine. The problem with the internet is dudes with zero experience have a high opinion because they used it in Call of Duty Warzone, and now they have the access to the internet and they can post their opinions however they want. Freedom of speech. It's a great thing, but it's also a double-edged sword because now they're diluting the conversation. It's important to let people voice their opinions, but some people need to be more self-aware and know when to listen instead of speak, okay? That's all I got. I'm going to film a video on this thing next. I just figured I would give you guys my thoughts on the FUD lore that occurred in the 7.62 by 39 as a trash combat caliber video. I'll upload this first because it will be easier to edit and push out to the masses, and then I will start working on the KP9 video. Okay, thanks guys. I'm sure the comments of this video will also be equally entertaining and annoying. So I'll see you guys in the comment section down below. Cheers. the high. Ready? Beep. Light. Wolverines!